behind. Hey, the radio, big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Oh.
Night lights and quite some fights. It's time to go racing here on PTM Racing TV, and we are now live here at Hickory Motor Speedway here in Hickory, North Carolina. It's time for Misfitz iRacing League to bring out the Super Late Model Division once again here on the show. Presented in part tonight by W, the energy drink to get your day kick-started and around. Be sure to use the code MRL Racing to get yourself 10% off your next order. Thank you to W for the support, and welcome race fans here at PTM Racing TV once again here. Our field and drivers are now getting set to go for heat number 1 into the staging area here as we get set at Hickory, North Carolina. So let's take a look at our starting lineup. On the pole, Ryman Castle is the number 1, is outside of Zach M. Woods in the 61. And number 2, Owen S. Collier. Kyle, it's the 45, but is outside beat Patrick Jenks, the 38. And the final starting lineup, Jesse Singleton, the 51, is outside the 83, Ryan Dyer. Well, our field right now getting set to go here for stage number 1 here, or heat number 1, call it what you will. It's race time here on PTM Racing TV. Field right now waiting on Dyer to get set to go here, looking to get these drivers get to go for heat number 1. The action ready to kick on around, and there we go. Looks like we've got the gridding order set to go. Lights are off, and we're ready to hit them up. The pace truck will fire the engines as the drivers have fired the cars up. They'll bring them around town here on the Hickory Motor Speedway track. Oval configuration, but honestly, it's more of a Chicagoland style configuration, kind of a bean-shaped style raceway. That is an all-around turner's course. This is banked up from start to finish and top to bottom. Only a little bit of a flat straightaway on the front stretch here. It's not going to be for the easiest of drivers, though. You're going to see a lot of guys braking hard and lifting those flip fronts up into the air as you continue to go through this race and continue to bounce them on down. Field's just set to go here for the action. Heat number 1 getting set in place. And we're going to see some heavy artillery thrown around from the driver's end as they get set to go for the action at hand. Onto the corner edges here, down turn number 3, down turn number 4. Ryman Castle still looking for another win here on PTM Racing TV after quite a few starts and quite a few times dealing with Royce Scrivano. Will he get the call and get the jump today? We're about to find out as the green flag flies in the air. Owen Escalier on the gate, out of the bottom on the lane. He'll make the early advantage. Jump start around Jenks. Side-by-side battle for the race lead. The 61 is Zach M. Woods and Ryman Castle battling hard. Castle, though, has the advantage on the bottom lane. Downside, though, is he can't get the run on the outside like the 61 is Zach M. Woods can. But that's still not enough to hold up Castle's power and speed out of the gate. Back to the inside goes Zach, looking for the opening. Can't quite clit him just yet. Remember, this is a very technical course, so you may see a lot of bumps and runs and a lot of hits and misses. Or maybe even a few swing and a hit, if you will. And it looks like Zach and Woods found a little swing and a hit, going straight for the bottom. Castle struggling to get it back to the bottom. Now has to fire on the outside. Both drivers in a heated battle here, side-by-side racing here. The thing that Hickory Motor Speedway is famous for. And it's also famous for getting some drivers kind of loosey-goosey at corners. Castle finds the hard way. Lost it off of turn number 3 and 4. Now it's Owen Escalier with the advantage here. Trouble for the 38 and the 51 of Singleton. Patrick Jenks and Jesse Singleton crashed on around here. Zach M. Woods coming right up through the field. Now he's got to stay away of lap traffic here. Singleton trying to get out of the way there for that 61 here. Knows he doesn't want to ruin his race, ruin his chances to perform here. Laps winding down though as we continue on in. Owen had a great burst of energy to get up there as Woods. Ryman Castle trying to make a move off though to get back that second spot. Track position is going to extremely matter come this next go around. White flag is out here in heat number 1. Castle looking for one last little battle off the edges here, but it's Zach M. Woods in the 61 who'll bring this one to victory lane in heat number 1. He takes checkers. Heat 1 belongs to him. Owen Escalier will go second, third to Ryman Castle. Excellent start to the race. And it has only just begun. Heat number 1 results popping up on your end now. Race fans here. Here's another look at it. Making presented in part by W Energy. This is how it played out. Zach M. Woods, Owen Escalier, Ryman Castle, Patrick Jenks, Jesse Singleton. Coming out on top of them all. Enter into the fray. Heat number 2 onto the staging area here. And on that pole we see we're going to see Jordan Riddick, and the number 15 is outside Jaden Russell, the 42. In row number 2, it's going to be Justin Simmons, and the 033 is outside Bryce Collins, the 5. Race Bible Pilots, the 8. In the final row. So we'll bring the guys and gals back on around town here and let them fire up some speeds and fire up some distance assists with this. Riddick, Russell, Simmons, Collins, and Bible will be in this hot start. So far only 5 drivers in Heat 1 came into the play field. Dreyer was not able to make the run. Looks like he's doing a little bit of race control down there for these boys. So that will set up the tone and the position here. We will have at least a new winner here on PTM Racing TV in quite some time, as of course Roy Scrivano, usually the guy that's been just completely dominating everything here, is out of town for the day. But Scrivano, wherever you are, my friend, hope you're doing well and hope all is well for you, crew. Enjoy your time and a vacation, man. On again, out of the gate here, right on the start. Russell, the early advance. Riddick goes straight to the bottom. Aggressive pounding on the throttle. Forces the 42 up to the top side. The 75 lap A main event coming up very, very soon here. And he knows track position matters extremely well for what he's going to have to go up against, what he's going to have to fight with. Riddick trying to get another run here on Russell and get up ahead. Fires up another charge, gets it right through the field. Russell trying to gang it. Riddick's not going to be easy though, man. That 15, once he gets that P1 performance car squared up, it's like trying to find a way to get yourself out of a scruffle, out of kerfuffles. It's not easy, and frankly, takes a lot more time than I realized to actually do. And that's exactly what he is feeling right now. He feels like he's in a one-legged man contest with getting his butt kicked by the 2-legged folks. And he's a two-legged, folks. Riddick right now trying to keep up the distance, trying to keep up the speed here, and mashing the gas pedal, mashing anything that's moving under that hood. With the 2 laps to go, Signal coming up here. Reddick in the 15 has got a huge lead. Now up against Russell. And is this the tail? Is this the telling of the tail here for the heats to bring in the A main? We shall soon see. One last battle here for Justin Simmons here as the number 03 tries to bring a move on Brayson Collins in the 5. Swings it down low, looking for a run on Collins. Can't quite get it to go. And it's going to be Jordan Riddick popping away with the W. Off of turn number 4, halfway to the distance, so Collins will take down Simmons. And now the warm-up has initiated here on PTM Racing TV with 11 drivers on the lineup. But here are your results for heat number 2 now popping up on your screen. Pretty good stuff here from the guys. Riddick coming away, charging ahead. Russell comes second. Third, Race Bible. Fourth to Brayson Collins. And fifth goes to Justin Simmons. That rounds out the top 5. So race fans, right now we are under the call and under the lights here at Hickory Motor Speedway right now, currently substituting in for our race session. I have a few minutes here to get these guys kind of warmed up, ready to go here. You know, we've talked about what happened, of course, at Five Flag Speedway. We've seen the damage that was done to some of these cars and the race runs that they brought to the table. And now where they come from and where they end up putting themselves into, they are knowingly going to be hit and running hard and getting something going with this cat here. A little bit of some fresh tires under the hood there and some fresh control for the cars right now. Oh, that's Collier, the only other one out there. I gotta take that back. Justin Simmons gonna bring it out here. Brayson Collins was running it just a little bit. Again, with this 11-car, 10-car field, whatever that may be here for the A main, 75 laps to distance may seem like a bit of a time stamp, bit of a time gain, but I'll tell you guys something right now, man. That's going to be a long, long fight out for anybody who dares try to go too crazy and too hard out of the start. You're going to see a lot of drivers moving the chains in and really hanging in with it. We've always talked about the overall control, the distances, the speeds these guys can bring in, and the way they've leveled up these tracks. And right now, I think honestly, if I'm looking at two ways, no way, no how, I'd say the best driver is going to be the one who can strategize and perform at peak levels. But I'd say also, peak levels involves really having to take a full awakening, take a full shot around the track and make sure that they can stay on the nose on the end. I do apologize too also if I'm not too talkative right now and everything. I'm just kind of resting up. I will say my voice is kind of a little coarse and a little bit off the nose. I actually had some oral surgery, shall we say, done to kind of help out my voice, also help with my jaw, if you will. So I'm a little rusty tonight, guys. I will apologize up front, but I promise you we're saving up for the A main coming up here in just a minute. I will say last thing I'm going to say, though, really, before we get into this race. If Jordan Riddick and Brian McCaskill, the P1 Performance guys, do what they did here in their heat, I feel like Riddick, honestly, is going to be the much better of the suited, considering he's been so close so many times and so many chances at taking down the ever elusive Royce Caravano. And honestly, to me, he seems like he has got a car that is ready to go short and long run. So if he's able and he's healthy, I'd say really he may be the driver to watch out for. Justin Singleton then setting some pretty good times, pretty good example here of what this car can do. 14.19. So it's going to be interesting to see if that is going to play into a factor here and maybe get into the driver's minds just a little bit. But nevertheless, the time has come. We are now engaging down to the track side here. Let's set it down to the driver's lineup. So now, race fans, Hickory Motor Speedway, if you're ready, we're ready to go here as well. It's time to introduce to you our starting lineup for your main event 75 lap feature. Zach M. Woods, the 61, will be the #1 starter. His outside, Jordan Riddick in the 15. And row number 2 is the 48 of O.N.S. Collier. His outside, it's the 42, Jaden Russell. Row number 3, Ryman Castle, and the #1 is outside, Race Bible in the 8. And row number 4, Patrick Jenks, the 38 is outside, Racing Collins in the 5. Row number 5, Jesse Singleton, the 51 is outside, Justin Simmons in the 033. Your final starter of it all, Ryan Dyer, the 83. Race fans, you come for the show, you come for the thrills, you come for the chills. It's time to get going here. The field is set to go. You see them on the blip cam here. 10 drivers will make the call. Dyer will be helping out with the race control and the race officials down there, keeping a close eye on all these guys out here. Well, here we go, race fans. Presented in part by our friends over at Dummy, the energy drink that you serve and need for your time speed. Be sure to look up their website at w.gg, as well as use code MRL Racing for 10% off your next order. Thank you to Dummy for sponsoring this race and sponsoring the show. To the green flag, we wave them off. It is time to go racing. Here at Hickory, we're off and running. Well, I said it a minute ago, I'll say it again. He's got to start, and he's got to seem. Riddick is out playing for cards for you. We're a little bit of a racing for pink style there, but the only thing we're seeing, that's a pink car going around town. The 5, Racing Collins, spent on around out of turn number 2. Clipped up by Race Bible, and yellow flag is out as they bring it around. Could not get it refired. Collins, I presume, probably not too thrilled about the 3 white salute mixed in, but I presume also didn't exactly appreciate getting the clip from the 8 there. Collins went down low here, made a good move off, looked for a good pass, but then that little clip by the 8 there got him loose. He was trying to save it. There is a way to save these cars. It's not hard. The downside is trying to get away from that mess. And Collins definitely got put into that mess. So field now will have to score up, put this one back into phase number 1, put this back into the 2nd position. We will look to get everyone squared back into place here and see what goes and transpires now. There's a lot of wild openings and a lot of crazy times to be put into. But will that end up being the case? Again, drivers need to be careful. They do not want to get too out of control. They need to stay in the race booth. They need to stay in that race line, stay in their own shots, and give it everything they got. Alright, front field set to go, back for the action here. We've got the lights turned off on the pace car this time on by. You see our flagman. Oh, he just brings the green right out. He's like, hey boys, you ready for this? You want the green? Or I'll give you the green. Here's the green. Go on the back. Let's fire him on down. Zach Woods already knows what Riddick's going to be up to with his old trick, so he's going to try and stop to it early on. Makes a dash for the bottom. Maybe looking to get him a little bit loose to the corners here. That's Jenks, Sissy Singleton having a little bit of a fight, a little scruffle down there. Oh no, Jenks, easy, easy, easy. Oh my. Race Bible trying to straighten that thing out somehow. I don't even know if he was able to even get that thing cleared up. Colin's calling it a day. He says, I've done too much damage to my car in the last week. I've had enough of this. They'll call it a day and they'll call it a night. Right now, Jordan Riddick right now moving up the chains here with Zach M. Woods right behind him. Bouncing pressure and bouncing drivers charging up through the field, looking for some openings, looking for some onboard shots here. Well, let's give you some onboard shots here as we watch on. 45 ONS Collier. Running it right through, keeping a distance, keeping a good steady pace, looking for some openings and looking for some charges around the track. Hasn't quite found it just yet. Again, it is early. The tires are going to take a beating here for the start of this. Then it'll start to slow up and then get more into a level of critique and control. Ryman Castle, at this point, I think he's just more worried about not getting put into the shadow realm because of that old number 61 right in front of him. The FLF race cars, number 61, Zach M. Woods, struggling to just keep that thing set foot, lead-footed, while also dealing with those good traffic gremlins coming into play. Justin Simmons right now as well, looks like a 033, I think, making a TV debut in quite some time. Trying to make a statement here, going 4 spots up, he's currently in the 6th spot here, hanging on. Might be saving something for a little bit later on. We are not totally for sure there. All I can tell you is he seems like he's more dictating the pace, dictating the control of the track. And that seems to be exactly what he's after. Ryman Castle finally getting below the 61 of Zach M. Woods. Zach knows the P1 Performance guys are taking full control and full aim of this one. He knew it was only a matter of time, unfortunately, and now he's got to find a way to get back around 2 of them. If he's saving his car up, I don't know if it's really going to work out that well. Got 75 laps here. That doesn't exactly attribute to getting big wins or getting some big positions in. And here, some of these guys actually just smashing that out wall on the front straightaway. That happens a lot here, where you'll see a driver just completely full send it off of turn 4 in the exit, trying to get some forward bite. You can get forward bite, but there's a little turn down there also that will get you extremely loose. So what a lot of drivers do, myself included, is we like to just tighten the track out. Oh, but then you have to worry about that coming up. Oh, ONS Collier right into the wall protection off of turn number 4. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. And I think he just called it a day. And that, it appears to be the case. That is a darn shame, unfortunately. But we knew going in, and I think these boys knew this was probably going to happen eventually. You try to block, and you realize, wait a minute, I'm going faster than you. I can't slow down entering a turn. Well, that is the end result. You really can't escape it. That's the problem with it. You just can't escape that power and that level of commitment and control to go into that turn like that. And these guys know this very often or not. They will get put into a bit of a bad spot. 8 drivers left in the field now to go. A bit of a tough break, unfortunately, there. We'll see how well things play out and maybe if they can hang in there a little bit. Field set to go back to the green. Ryman Castle going deep up top side. He's going to try to make a run on Riddick here, but Riddick's not exactly going to let him go by that easily. Green flag is out. Well, if I'm Riddick, that was pretty much the smartest move you can do. Just don't let Ryman Castle get by you that quickly and stay focused on your drive line, your drive shaft here, and keep everything under control. Staying down below the yellow, that line here, looking to try to secure the yellow here off of turn 3 and 4. But you can see again just what I'm talking about. This is a one-line track. You can get the outside line to work for a little bit, but after a while, it just won't go anymore. I've tried it before many times. I can only get the street stocks really to actually keep up there and actually hang for about more than 5 or 6 laps. But having a super late model up there, yeah, good luck with that. I've had way too much trouble trying to even get those things to do that. Pretty much it's all about just tight corner, tight angles, and as a driver, you better respect the code. If they have the line, let them on by. It's an unwritten code in racing, but believe me, it's a code that I think some drivers may want to pay close attention to when they race here. And you just saw that with Singleton there. Oh, got the door wide left open for that 42. Jaden Russell. Russell was able to sneak his way on by and take over position as they continue to hammer lock and hammer down in. Castle, Riddick, Woods, Bible, Simmons, each one of them having a stake in this race, having a stake in the prize. They want to try and outclass the other and take this one home. Driver's still trying to get a bit of a forward bite down on the track side right now here. We're going to take a look now at our top times, our fastest laps here. This is your best laps now showing on your screen. And right now out of the field, out of the bunch, the fastest so far is a 14.02, nearly a 13 flat. 13.99 or a 14 flat, set by the number 15, Jordan Riddick. Riddick, no surprise here. He's always been one of those kind of showboaters, kind of showmanship, driving style racing controls. And he's been doing a very top tier job when he gets out on the track, trying to make everyone work towards his advance, trying to work towards his end. right now trying to get up there to Jaden Russell in the 482, looking for an opening, looking for a shot on the arm. Trying to hammer it down, trying to get something going here if he can. See if maybe there's a little bit of some speed boost, a little bit of control underneath here. Trying to stick with the gun, stick with the fields. 42 out of 75 laps completed so far. Simmons seemingly almost kind of put it into a bit of an innocuous spot. Has to try to find a way to get around to that P1 Performance 42 at Russell and his speed, while also still having to steer off and corner up every angle and every little entry just to keep up with him. That's one of the hardest parts about running Hickory Motor Speedway is you're literally turning left nearly the entire time you're racing here. So a lot of times your tires are already getting shredded up, getting tore up a bit, and you're just trying to hold these things on line off the start when they're on cold tires. Well, let's just frankly say it, easier said than done. Zach M. Woods, though, he's actually played into the strategy here, got around to Ryman Castle, and he's trying to get up there to Riddick. He's not too far back from him. He might have a chance here. But a little bit of a run here at Woods would be if he was able to get up there to Riddick and take this one away from him. As we take a look at our lap times here, and you can see he was pressurizing him, but the speed came back from Riddick here about a half a hundredth of a second faster. That go around, that may seem like nothing, but a track like this, kind of that bull ring style-esque performance and that kind of control you have to have on the levels, that's actually huge to get any kind of ground that is more than a thousandth of a second, to say the least. Riddick still your race leader here. Field still trying to find some openings, trying to find some game plans and strategies to hit up with. Patrick Jenks fighting the car and fighting positions and trying to get this thing to steer in. I can tell you right now, one of his biggest problems is he's not diamonding the track just right. He's actually kind of doing a little bit of what we call kind of forward play off. He's actually letting the car drift upwards, and the front is actually fighting inside rather than outside. So what he needs to do is he needs to start bringing it up a little higher, dive it back down the corner, give it a little bit of gas to get the car to rotate as he apexes around the turn. Then you can see right here, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Then he can start to mash the gas and level out the field. But what he was doing there a minute ago was certainly not doing the trick. It looks like he might have gotten that fixed, but he's still a little bit ways behind this field. And this junction, that is saying a lot. 24 laps remain. Ryman Castle holding up third by a good 2 seconds ahead of Bible. While Zach M. Woods got around him, and now it's got about a second and a tenth ahead, second and 2. Up ahead of that number 1 camp. Riddick's just watching from the distance, watching with a close eye as he's currently now dodging into lap traffic territory. Justin Singleton's only about a front straightaway away from being lapped up by Riddick. A stretch and a half here, and that will definitely make things a little bit more difficult for him and his crew. And coming from Singleton too, that's kind of surprising to me because Singleton is not one of those guys usually would think has that much trouble, but right there you can even see this car is not rotating and apexing properly. It's having a tough time really steering off and steering back in. Again, he could be worried too about getting too loose or getting too all over the place. I can't blame him. I've had the same issue before, but once you're now into lap traffic, it's either you got two things, sink or swim. Well, if it was me, I wouldn't want to sink, but I'd have to probably admit it and then have to find a way to swim back up the stream if I can get a chance later. Singleton going to be a bit of a factor though at Riddick as he goes on the backstretch, slows his momentum down slightly here as he backs off and lets the 15 on by. Zach M. Woods was hoping for a bit of a break, hoping for a little bit extra speed, but that did not quite go according to plan. Justin Simmons right now, the 033, looking for a little bit of a kick boost here. Patrick Jenkins coming right up at him. Jenks maybe looking for one more 6th place finish this season, maybe a top 5 in his sights and his mind. Hasn't quite got to it just yet here as they continue to finish out this race. And you can see some drivers just going way too far outwards and way too far into the distance. But we do have a little battle going on as Race Bible has been tracked down by the number 42, Jaden Russell. The B1 crew is now looking to secure really that top 5 in the most elite manners of fashions. Data Race Bible right now trying to hold on, trying to hang in just a little bit. You can see he is diving down low and hoping this one will stay where it goes. Russell, though, has been known to feather up the tracks and feather up the drivers a little bit. And he's going to try it again here. Almost gets a full hit of the 8. A little bump and tagged off of turn number 1 and 2, but didn't get enough of the 8. Race Bible able to hold him off for how long though, because 42 has got the inside line. Might have a shot down there. Well, he's got a shot. He's pushing Bible around here. Bible's actually having to drive in a lot higher than he wants to. Definitely slowing him down, but now he's going to try to square it back into the bottom lane. But there is Russell again, and another tag for the 42. Bump and run city, my friends. This is where it gets interesting. This is what the bull ring style tracks are always known for. This is what makes good stuff. Russell wants every piece of that 8. Race Bible's trying to hang on. Doesn't want to lose it out just yet. Doesn't want to give in. But my friends, this is literally starting to just turn into an absolute dogfight. And another bump on the rear end corner. Castle currently just 3 3/4 of a second ahead of Bible and Russell as those two continue to fight out. Jordan Rick halfway across the track already. He's lapped up Patrick James. Got 8 laps to go. Zach and Woods 2 full seconds behind. Riddick using his strengths, using his speed to an advantage. And Russell with a corner off, but a crossover from the 8 of Race Bible writes it back down. Race Bible is trying to hang on, but both guys driving it way too wide, I feel, off of 3 and 4. But Russell is trying to dice his nose to speed back up the outside and keep Bible in, out of his sight, out of his mind. Strong showing from the last half for the 42. As the field now comes to only 5 laps left to go. Five to go now. The 61 is Zach M. Woods. Right now, if he was going to make any moves and make any charges, he's better figure it out now because he is way too far behind the 8 ball with how many laps he's got. He's ready to make a mistake, and honestly, good luck with that. 4 now down to 3 to go. 3 more laps and we finish this one up. Riddick with the control, with the language barrier and all, just running this field in like it's nobody's business. Coming up, 2 to go this time. Now it's time for 1 to go next time by Jordan Riddick. Give the man his due, give the man his credit. When he said he was coming out for some payback, he was not lying. White flag in the air for the number 15. 2 more corners now, and this will settle the score, settle the field in off of turn 3 into 4. Checkers out. Jordan Riddick wins at Hickory Motor Speedway. And a great final battle. Tapped off from Russell and Bible. Russell coming out on top of it. But Riddick really cementing a race win on the toughest of levels and the toughest of tracks, in my opinion, for these Super Late Model cars. A huge win at Hickory Motor Speedway for Jordan Riddick. And I think they all want to do a little bit of a photo shoot down there and have a little showdown on the track to let these guys see the stars and the cars, and the fans alike love every minute of it. Let's take a look at it here now. Feature results up. Riddick wins this one out. Woods goes 2nd, 3rd to Castle, 4th to Russell, 5th to Bible, Jenks 6th, 7th to Simmons, Singleton 8th, 9th to Collier, Collins goes 10th. Dyer will be no call, no show. What a race, ladies and gentlemen, and what a battle from the get-go. It is time to now take a listen in with your top 3 positions And starting it up, Ryman Castle. And the number one will be the first man on the chopping block to listen in with. So here he is now, race fans. And Castle, congratulations on a top 3 podium finish here, sir. Definitely had something going in that P1 performance early on, but your teammate Reddit gets her head and just kind of takes full aim and control of this race.
Yeah, yeah, he's tough. He's really good. I think every time he's shown up, he's won. This is definitely not one of my favorite tracks. I like racing it, but I'm not the fastest at it. But top 3 between Zach and Jordan, those guys are really good here, so it feels pretty good.
Certainly is indeed. Now I know really with a lot of the heavy racing, the heavy battles back and forth with one another, how difficult is it to kind of keep yourself under control and staying away from really putting yourself into a bad spot throughout this race and throughout these times?
It's kind of hard. You just got to be smart how you do things. If you roll in too high, you can get real loose in. I mean, if you don't have your brake bias set, you get real loose in. But yeah, you just gotta make sure you gotta be smart and not put yourself or someone that's you don't want to put in a bad situation by diving low, trying to pass them. It's really hard to pass somebody. You really can't really bump somebody here because you're so on edge. You're about to wreck it every lap. So it's pretty hard. I don't know. Just I wish we had more for him. Wish we had a couple more yellows. Maybe had a chance, but I don't know. I don't think I was gonna beat the 61 or the 15 there.
Well, at the end of the day, though, still, at least this one kind of played out long run and long term, which is something I know you guys would love to see as much as you can, and that definitely came today. So, with that in mind here, my friend, with this one coming away third, who do you want to thank you for it?
I gotta thank P1 Performance for sure. We couldn't do it with all those guys. Let's see here. Who else we got? Um, Jimmy Gawker Racing, Rocket Fabrication Suspension, Austin Maynard Racing, Jegs, Cody Coughlin Company, True Performance, Apex CNC, and I gotta thank my wife and my kids for letting me get on here and mess around all night. And I gotta thank Patrick for letting us keep coming back. Just some issues last week, got them sorted out. Uh, just pretty cool to be back. We had a rough few weeks there, but with personal stuff at home. But yeah, so it's pretty cool to be back. Top 3. I officially won the Five Flags race from last week. We settled that, and then P3 tonight. Can't complain.
Can't complain indeed. Get this one home and take it on by. Castle, congratulations on all of it today.
Yep, thank you.
Ryan Castle, ladies and gentlemen, will come away here as the man of the hour and the man with the power on some ends of the playing field. Of course, though, we do have on our second place spot here today Zach M. Woods. I do not see him on our lineup here. I think I'm not for sure. I think it may be Zach Coughlin in the chat. Take a listen. Zach Coughlin. He's actually Zach M. Woods, sir.
Hello.
What's up?
Hello.
Hello. Are you the Mr. Woods that we're looking for?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd say had a different name compared to what we were seeing in our chat, but
Haha.
nevertheless, though, congratulations on a second place finish, and what a race here from the get-go. You had a lot of big moments, big charges there. You got put back a little bit early on, but then you just kind of strengthened the speeds back up and fired it on down right at the end.
Yeah, that was a really good race. It was clean. Might have had one caution, right? But other than that, everybody did their thing and ended up pretty good.
It definitely did indeed. Now, with this being a bit of a scenario that you found yourself in, what is it now that it kind of sets you apart from the rest of these drivers, knowing that you guys have some chances and have some opportunities now to really strengthen and hold up with these guys?
Pretty much just to, keep our head straight, not get caught up in stuff. Not wreck no one under caution like last week.
Certainly not indeed, but nevertheless, you're none of that circumstances or situation popping up for you today. You're able to keep it under control and keep it online. And with that in mind, my friend, I will ask you this: who do you want to thank here today for this finish in second?
I gotta thank P1 Performance for sure. Those guys we race all the time. Good racing. Rocket Fabrication and Suspension, Cody Coughlin Company, Austin Maynard Racing, GT Products, FLF Race Cars.
For sure there. Well, Zach, man, what a day and what a race here was for you. I think the sponsors you just named off are happy with this one, so we'll let you leave it at that, and congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach and Woods coming away here out of the bunch here with a second place finish. But at the end of the day, they cannot stop the top driver of it all, Jordan Riddick. Riddick, my friend, what a dominating go and what a fight from the start here, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean it's good to be back. Good to see you again. I've missed a couple weeks, and now it's great. It feels great to be back, and especially since we're in victory lane this week.
For sure there. Now, with the way this one played out, and this one came down to the end here, I will ask you this. Really, what was the biggest criteria for you and your crew to really take this thing into victory lane?
I say it's all practice. I got in here a little late for practice today, but I went for long runs because I felt like we were going to be low car count, and we'd have a long green flag run like we did, and the long runs in practice paid off. So I knew what the car was going to feel like, and it's exactly what it felt like. So it's where we excelled at, and it's where we pulled away.
For sure there. Now, nevertheless, though, as you come away here with this control, this speed, and this dilemma here, I gotta ask you, does this finally kind of break the curse and the monkey off your back you've been dealing with Scrivano for the longest time now?
I don't know. I mean, he wasn't here. We'll have to see when he gets back. But if I can win again when he gets back, then that'll for sure shake the monkey off my back.
All right. Well, you heard it loud and clear from him, but nevertheless, here, congratulations on this end. And with that said, who do you want to thank here?
Aaron Express, Lux Realty Group, Jack's Wax, Ernest Performance, and the boys back at the shop, P1 Performance, that put the race car together.
For sure there. Well, what a race and what a battle here. Riddick, congratulations on this win, man. Very well deserved.
Thank you.
Jordan Rick, ladies and gentlemen, going to win it out here. I got word from our chats here that we have a Mr. Patrick Jenks, the league owner, that wants to have one more word with us here.
Hey guys, it's Patrick here. I just want to apologize for the past weeks of racing. I know they haven't been the best, but going forwards here, we're going to be better on the rules and better with the drivers. We'd just like to thank PTM Racing TV for being here with us for tonight. Chris, you do an amazing job every week. And from here on out, guys, expect some great racing and expect some giveaways per stream. Because we got some extra sponsor bonuses coming from Dubby. And they want to give us $10 gift cards away every stream from here on out.
Ooh, that'll definitely be something to say the least there. I know a lot of folks be interested in that.
Alright, guys. Thank you for coming by. Chris, take it away.
For sure there. Alright, Patrick, thanks for your time here, sir. And thank you everybody that tuned on in today. Race fans, from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, a big thank you once again to you for tuning in. And thank you also to Dubby for their support. Again, guys, use the code MRL Racing for 10% off your next order, and we will catch you guys when you drink up some stuff. You drink up the good stuff. It's always W you got to rely on. So, but all of us here at PTM Racing TV, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys when the green flag flies high on our show next time on out.